All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello, 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 and welcome. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome, my friends, to my gameplay stream, first of two for today. Today is all new release content, meaning everything that I stream today will be a new game from the past week. Should be a fun day. We're in the middle of the week. Today is Wednesday, August 15th, 2018. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, how is everyone? I hope you're doing well. Oh, so what are we doing today? Well, I know it's been kind of a random and wild week with various different things that have been juggled around because of scheduling conflicts and timing and the like. So here's the deal. Today, we're doing Madden, and then we're doing We Happy Few, okay? Madden, franchise mode with a character that I created on Friday. And I don't know how this is going to go. Quite frankly, I'm not very good at the game. I know that. I'm terrible at it. I don't even understand half the mechanics of the game. And I'm going to learn them. Because this is a franchise that, most people who play this game play it every single year. And it certainly doesn't seem like a franchise that's very easy to jump into. I'm trying to follow everything the game is throwing at me. And it could be pretty confusing. Especially, I would say, the audibles system. And the like. And the different kinds of passes and everything. It just seems like it's pretty complicated in that regard, okay? Especially for someone who does not watch football and stuff like that. For me, it's not necessarily gripping my interest. Like, I really thought that the story mode called Long Shot was funny as hell. So I really enjoyed playing that. But I don't know how much this simulation franchise mode is really going to grip any kind of interest or attention for me. So we'll see. I'm giving it a shot. People wanted to see me play it again, and I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how today's stream goes, okay? So guys, here's how it's going to go. Today's stream is going to determine whether or not I continue to play this or not. If, today is a fun stream, and people really like the stream, and I enjoy the stream, I enjoy the gameplay and everything, then I would consider playing Madden again. But if I just basically don't have a good time today, and or the viewers don't have a good time today, then that's going to be it for Madden, okay? And the thing is, no skin off my back, because I didn't buy the game. It was actually gifted to me, and that's the reason why I played it this last week. I hope that you guys did enjoy the long shot mode. I thought it was effing hilarious. But outside of that, I don't really necessarily know what else I would really get out of the game. I'm not going to learn the game to the point where I can be competitive at it and beat people online or anything like that. I just don't care enough, So we'll see. Let's see how it goes. But that's the deal for today's first stream, okay? And then tonight, I'm continuing on with We Happy Few. 2 more hours of that later tonight. And I hope that you guys will tune in for that, because that's been one of my funnier playthroughs recently for all the wrong reasons. It's not funny because the game designers intended it to be. It's funny because the game has so many bugs and just weird issues that every time I play it, I laugh my ass off. Like last time I played it, first of all, the frame rate, again, is just so bad. I'm trying to do combat, and I'm getting mobbed by like 10 enemies out of nowhere that are like just demolishing me, and there's nothing you can do because the frame rate's so low, it's not like you can keep track of what's going on, right? I was in one part of the game, it wouldn't let me do stealth kills for absolutely no reason. And then there was one part where I turned on electricity, and a bunch of enemies were being electrocuted, and then they were screaming like blood-curdling screams, and then they just disappeared completely. The game is a mess, alright? And it's kind of sad because, in my opinion, We Happy Few would be a good game if the game were polished. Like, the plot is good, the actual story-based missions, and some of the side-questing missions have been pretty interesting and fun, but the game being such an unoptimized, very technical mess has made the game pretty much hilarious, in my opinion, for all the wrong reasons, like I said. So all that being said, I hope you guys will check it out tonight. 2 hours of We Happy Few tonight on my late stream. For those who don't know, that starts around 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, okay? And then tomorrow, we're doing something completely different. Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Persona 3, and I know for many of you say, what the hell? Why? Because 2 years ago, I was doing Persona 3 as a playthrough, and even though back then I used to do Patron's Choice playthroughs in a pretty stupid way, I'll admit. The way it worked was patrons would would vote on a game, and basically I would only guarantee that I would play it like 10 hours or something like that. And of course, ultimately, people were upset with that. So it ended up turning out that every Patriots Choice playthrough becomes a full playthrough, because I said that's what the people want, right? But anyway, back then, you know, over 2 years ago, things were different. And I used to do it so that I would only guarantee 10 or so hours of gameplay. Well, in the case of Persona 3, I chose to continue to play the game for pretty much the entirety of the game till the final boss, who then proceeded to charm my party repeatedly and heal itself infinitely to the point where I couldn't kill it. And I rage quit the game. I mean, admittedly, I was so angry at how the final game mechanic was done in this final boss fight that I quit the game and never went back to it. Alright. Now this week, later this week, okay, I'm going to be doing a Rage-a-thon on Friday. Now this was an event where I was supposed to be playing games that would cause me to rage, and people nominated Persona 3, and I said, well, you got to understand something. This marathon I'm doing on Friday is really meant to be segments of an hour to an hour and a half per game, so that way I can keep things moving and play a variety of games, and it's entertaining for the viewers. If I just sit here and I play Persona 3 for half the marathon, then it's not very interesting, and it wouldn't fit the criteria of the game, or the criteria of the event. I might play for an hour and a half, not even get to the final boss. You see what I mean? So I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everyone a solid. I'm actually going to beat Persona 3 hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to play it as a mainstream, 4+ hours of gameplay. I am, quite honestly, going to be heavily reliant on you guys, the viewers, to help me with this, because I'm probably not going to remember most of the game mechanics. I mean, obviously, I know Persona. I just played Persona 5. But at the same time, I'm pretty much going to be very confused that it's been, you know, a whole, 2.5 years, however long it's been since I played this game. And I don't even remember the fucking story or anything. I really don't. I remember a few of the characters. I know one of my teammates is like an android or something. That's about all I remember. So I'm definitely going to need your help tomorrow to try to figure out how to finish up Persona 3. But I'm doing that as my main stream tomorrow so I can get it done. And then finally we can say, all right, it's over. Okay, it's over. Finally, Phil beat it. We don't have to hear people complain constantly for 2 years that I never finished it. Okay, what I mean? Hear what I mean? So that being said, guys, hopefully it finally puts an end to one of the ongoing sagas of an unfinished thing. I have a few things over the years that people have always said, I wish you would go back and do this and do that, and hopefully this puts an end to that, okay? Alright. So that's tomorrow. Now, tomorrow night, Thursday night, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Thursday night, I'm kind of leaving it open. I could do a Street Fighter stream. I could do more We Happy Few. I'm not sure. I think I want to kind of see how I feel. Maybe after tonight's We Happy Few stream, see how I feel if I want to play it more Thursday night, or if I want to do maybe some Street Fighter or something. Okay? I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I like that. I like that every once in a while I have a stream where it's not clear-cut what I'm going to do, and I have the ability to just choose on the fly what I'd like to play, okay? So that's going to be Thursday night, and then Friday night, Friday all day, actually. As I just said, we're going to be doing a special event, the Rage-a-thon, where I'll be playing 5 or more games, okay, during the course of a 7+ hour gameplay stream. The games include I Want to Be the Guy, Street Fighter 5, God Hand, Scarface, Cat Mario, and what was the other one? I think if there's time, I'll consider playing UFC 3, but I really don't think UFC 3 is going to be helping. And the reason I say that is, if I play that game, I'm not going to remember much at all. I'm not going to remember much at all. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to play at least 5 games during that event, okay? And, you know, let's see how it goes. I hope that it ends up being entertaining for you guys. Some of those games are really trollish. Like, I Want to Be the Guy and Cat Mario are, like, really trollish style games that I'm probably going to get, you guys are going to laugh as I fail, and I'm probably going to laugh, too, because Cat Mario, I looked up a couple things of it. I was like, holy shit, that's like the ultimate troll game. It's a silly browser flash game, but it's actually quite funny. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's Friday. That'll be all day Friday, okay? And then Saturday I'm off. Saturday's my day off. And then on Sunday I'll return and we'll see what happens. But more than likely Sunday will probably be We Happy Few, I'm thinking. Because I don't know how long the game is either. That's another good question. How long is We Happy Few? At this point, I've played it for, let's see, I played it 4 hours on Friday, and then I played it 4 hours on Monday, right? So I'm about 8 hours into it. So I'm curious how long the game actually is. You know, is it like 15, 20 hours long? If you just follow, especially if you just follow along the story, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes, okay? But I'm not sure. But we go. Keep that going. And next week, guys, we'll have the Shenmue collection, which I'm excited for because Shenmue is one of those game franchises that I've always heard great things about over the years. I always hear Shenmue's great, Shenmue's exciting. Shenmue was one of the really revolutionary franchises back in the day on the Dreamcast, and I never played it. Back in the time when the Dreamcast was popular, I was only playing fighting games, so I really missed out on a big era of games there that really could have been pretty entertaining, and I'm excited that they're releasing this now as a modernized collection. Seriously, like, I can't wait. I can't wait to play Shenmue, and hopefully, from what I'm to understand, it's the predecessor of games like Yakuza, so no way is it modernized like Yakuza. It's apparently a pretty outdated game, but at the same time, the story's really good. So I guess we'll see, alright? I'll be playing that along with other stuff. So, let's see how it goes. Next week should be fun, okay, guys? And one final thing, I may have time for one final kind of downtime-style playthrough this month. Because as I'm playing We Happy Few and Shenmue, people may get bored and want to see something else, and so I may have time for like one more game before we hit the end of the month. I'm not sure what it'll be, though. I might have to, ask you guys what kind of things are you guys looking for. In regards to new content and a new playthrough that maybe I could do quickly. It would have to be a game that's not super long. One that I could, play and wrap up within, say, 3-4 sessions, if tops, if not less. Because I don't want to get wrapped up in a game that now I'm delayed and I can't even play the new releases. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see. We'll see. But should be fun. The rest of the month, good stuff coming. So there you go, guys. Now you know what to expect. Thanks for listening. All right. I want to say again, guys, thank you for 10 years of support. Next month, September, is my 10-year anniversary as a content creator. It was September of 2008 when I put out my first major gameplay video on YouTube on my original Dark Side Phil channel. And it's pretty awesome that 10 years later I am here, able to daily share my gameplay experiences with you. And I enjoy it. I hope you guys are looking forward to all the new releases, man, that are going to be coming out this fall in particular. There's going to be a ton of new releases that are going to be great high-profile stuff. I cannot wait to stream here with you guys and just enjoy gaming goodness. All right, so thank you guys for 10 years of support. If you would like to help ensure that I can continue to do this full-time, meaning daily full-time streams, videos on demand on YouTube, etc. All right, there are many ways that you can help the effort. The first is obviously to watch the streams and videos. No kidding. The second would be to spread the word about the streams and videos. If you like what I do, let people know that I do it. In particular, let people know the changes to my YouTube stuff recently, that I'm now uploading much longer videos. I don't flood people's inboxes anymore on YouTube, right? So it's a great opportunity to check out DSPGaming for the first time, to subscribe to the channel, to share it with others and say, hey, look, here's a guy who, uploads these lots of gameplay every day. Go check it out, right? Now, if you would also like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer and video watcher, and you would like to support in other ways, there are many ways you can. Allow me to explain some of them. The first is my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. If you pledge to my Patreon, obviously you help me out, but you are earning personal perks for your contributions. There are many different perk levels you can earn. The best one, in my opinion, is the $5 level. If you pledge $5 or more over there, you get to nominate and vote on games for special events. This month, if you pledge to my Patreon, you'll be nominating and voting for indie games, for a special indie games event that I'm going to be doing coming up in the fall. Last time I did indie games was, I think, March. And every time I do an indie games event, it ends up being really entertaining. I see a variety of games that normally I wouldn't see. And a lot of the times I like the game so much, I end up picking them up and doing them later as a full playthrough. Okay? So pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet. That being said, there are many other perks as well that you can earn for being a patron. I'm not going to go into detail. Check it out yourself. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And thanks for even considering it, okay? Number 2, there's my Teespring shop. And I have launched my 10-year line of anniversary merch. 10 years as a content creator is a huge achievement. And my merch is live. All these new designs. In fact, today, guys, I am wearing one of the shirts. Let's see if this is working today. Oh my god, my webcam's actually working. Last night, my webcam died completely on me and crashed the whole stream, and I had to end the stream a little early. I was going to do like an IRL-style stream because I had some extra time. All my equipment crashed last night. So anyway, as you can see, I'm wearing one of the shirts, King of Retro. A cool design, right? This comes in both blue and red designs, the logo itself, and also a variety of colors of t-shirt. Give it a look at my Teespring shop. This is one of 4 different 10th anniversary designs that you can currently get over at my Teespring shop. All right. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. And anything you get there obviously helps me out. Right. And obviously also you get a cool collectible. Right. Pretty sweet. Some people have actually just started to receive because this product line has been live for about a week, and a few people bought them right away, and they've been getting their product over the past day or two and telling me they really like it. Someone just told me they just got a really cool mug, and someone just got a couple fun t-shirts, and they're liking it. So good stuff. 2 thumbs up to that, and thank you guys for your support. Okay. All right, moving on. If you're here live on the stream today, and you're having fun, and you'd like to participate, you'd like to jump in and get interaction with me during today's stream, and you'd like a shout out during the stream, well, there are 3 ways that you can do that. You can either cheer with bits or subscribe to the channel, or you can tip me, and if you do any of those 3 things, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream. It's a great way to get in on the action. If you have, you know, something, a comment or a question or a joke or something you want to talk about, it's pretty fun. I love the interaction on my streams. All right. However, please, guys, understand that there are criteria that you must follow. All right, allow me to explain. Please do not be toxic. Please do not bring in negativity or toxicity from other places of the internet. Already, I saw people starting to do that, and I'm not going to address that stuff. You know, I'm just not. This is a positive stream for fun stuff. This is not so people watching who are here to have fun have to now hear about nasty shit people are doing to me across the internet and, you know, all that kind of crap. That's not for this place, you know. So, just to forewarn everyone, I do not have any obligation to read every single thing that people say on my streams, period. If you bring up negative stuff or toxicity or anything, I'm not going to address it, okay? Number 2, please don't insult others. Don't insult myself. Don't insult others. Don't bring up other streamers in a negative light. Don't bring up other negative memes for other streamers and the like, okay? All that is not allowed. Also, please do not bring in topics that are going to be divisive and or derail the stream. And what I mean by that, okay, is sadly, some people like to come in here and say, oh, I want to talk about religion or politics. Listen, those are never going to fly in a gameplay stream. Those are topics that are very divisive. They're going to get people arguing and getting angry at each other. And that's not what this is about, all right? Also, please, if you want to shout out, do not do like a giant paragraph of 1,000,000 sentences. It doesn't make any sense, okay? So I really don't think that it's going to make sense to come in and try to bring those up, all right? So please, be short in your messages, and also please don't bring up these, you know, controversial topics that are going to get people all riled up, all right? In general, the streams are great. In general, they're very positive, and in general, we have a great time here every single day on stream. We keep stuff under wraps, all right? So thank you guys very much for your support. Now, maybe you'd like to go the extra mile. You want to go for some visual recognition for your contributions and get a fun thank you animation to play on the stream. You can do that as well if you either cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button that appears after you sub, or if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip, boom, you'll get a fun animation that will play on the stream, okay? Excuse me. In addition, on the top of the stream, you guys can see we have a stream stats leaderboard. This is a leaderboard that I update during the course of the stream with total number of subs as well as the current top cheerer and top tipper. In just a moment, I will start doing shout outs for those who've contributed today, and I will start uploading that stuff, or updating that stuff, excuse me. Some people ask me, why do I do it manually? It's very simple, because if it was automated, people would undoubtedly try to troll me. Imagine if someone who has like a name that's a racist name or something like that tries to get top tier, top tip, and then they're up there on the stream, and now I get in trouble for something displayed on my stream. I'm not going to do that. I have to have control over stuff. And it's hilarious because some people like to say, oh, I see Phil's all outdated. No, Phil's careful. Phil is careful is what he is, all right? Plus, it gives me a chance to interact with you guys, you know. When I'm giving credit to the top cheerer or top tipper, it ensures that I'm not missing them. You know, some streamers get a lot of contributions. They miss a lot of them and don't give shout-outs or anything for them. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to give credit where credit is due, okay? All right. Subbing to the channel is also awesome. If you sub to the channel, you get many advantages, including access to all of my fun emotes, as well as not having to watch advertisements when I run them. And, of course, you get the cool Chat Crown loyalty badge. It shows how long you've been an ongoing sub. Shout out to those who are reaching their 2-year anniversary. It's actually going to be sometime this November when some people will be hitting their 3-year anniversary and earn, or excuse me, their 2-year anniversary and earn that new crown, okay? Pretty sweet. Okay. Okay, very nice. Oops. There's water. Ugh. I'm drinking a drink, and it's hot here in Washington. It's been hot all week, and it's just like sweating everywhere. The can is sweating. And so I picked it up, and there's like water dripping everywhere. Oh, jeez. Okay. Last but not least, guys, I mentioned tipping, and tipping is something that's separate from Twitch. It's a third-party deal through PayPal. So if you'd like to send me a tip today, there's 2 ways you can do it. If you either look below my stream, you may see a button that says tip jar. If you click on that, it'll take you to the tips page where you can leave your name and a message, or you can be anonymous. It's up to you. Or if you don't see that button because maybe you're on a mobile device, that's fine. Instead, just type !tip into the stream chat, and you'll be good to go. All right. So outside of all that, I don't think I have anything else to mention right now. So I think what we'll do is we'll jump into shout-outs. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go all the way down. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some shout-outs. For people who started contributing before the stream turned on. I believe there's 2 of those. And then we will start with shout-outs for who were during the stream. Okay? Okay, so shout out to Infinite55. He did a 2,000-bit cheer. He is back. He has been away recently, but he has returned back to the streams. So I want to say shout out and welcome back to Infinite. Good to see you back. And, yeah, you know, things are going good. He asks, is all well and everything. Yeah, things are going good. You know, we're ending up the summer months here. Finally, thank God, because we have so many new great games coming out in the next few months that I want to get to. In the summer, always typically you feel like you're kind of in limbo. It's like the calm before the storm, right? Because we know, impending, we've got like 2-3 months of crazy amount of new games that are going to be just slamming everything. And you're like, man, can't wait to play the new games, right? But, that being said, you know, we got to get there. And so it's kind of like, you know, am I having fun playing these games that I'm playing now? Yeah. But I know that there's kind of, you know, you get that feeling there's better stuff coming on the horizon. And so I do enjoy hanging out with you guys playing whatever, but, you know, I'll be honest, I am pumped for this fall. This fall is getting me really excited with all these new games that are going to be coming out. A lot of the ones I'm looking forward to, like Spider-Man in particular. The Spyro collection is probably going to be great. Looking forward to that. Mega Man 11, holy crap, can't wait for that. You know, a new Assassin's Creed, a new Battlefield, Red Dead Redemption 2, among just a few. That's only a few of the games that I'm pumped for, but, you know, I'm really excited about all the stuff coming out. And by the way, I forgot to mention this, but I'll mention this now quickly. The Walking Dead, you know, the game that I played yesterday, you know, the final season of the Telltale game, actually, Telltale Games came out this morning and announced the release schedule for the rest of that season. I was like, holy crap, that's the first time ever Telltale has kind of come out and said, here we go, here's the concrete dates that our episodes are coming out. It kind of blew me away. Because they've never, usually it's always very, it's very confusing. You never know when Telltale's going to have a game coming out. Sometimes they'll just drop an episode out of nowhere. And now they're actually doing a concrete schedule of when it's coming out. So for those who don't know, episode 1 of The Walking Dead's final season came out yesterday. Episode 2 is supposed to come out on September 25th, so the end of September. Episode 3 is supposed to come out on November 6th, which I'm officially terming November 6th as Walking Dead Day. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, November 6, 2018 is the release of 2 Walking Dead games. There's the new game from the studio Overkill, and then there's episode 3 of The Walking Dead from Telltale, so that entire day is going to be Walking Dead. If you don't like Walking Dead, go into a cave and hide, I guess, that day, because everyone is going to be talking about it that day. And then the final episode is supposed to be coming out the end of December, I think December 18th. So we actually have a timeline for the conclusion of The Walking Dead's final season. That's a good thing. All right. All right, so anyway, thank you, Infinite, for your cheer. I went on a tangent there. Let me get you up there. Well, actually, you know what? No, because he actually cheered overnight. He did. That was an overnight cheer. So, technically, that wouldn't qualify for this stream. But, thank you for the support, Infinite. I appreciate that very much. Okay? All right, so now let's move on to people who cheered, subbed, and tipped. During today's stream, sorry, I got distracted. During today's stream, let's start with shout-outs for you guys. So first of all, Metal Gear Rex cheered. It says today is his birthday. Also, I'm testing new system software for PlayStation, so here's some bits. Well, first of all, happy birthday to Metal Gear Rex. And interested to hear that you are testing new software. I wonder what the new things are that they're adding. I'm always curious when they do these system updates. What are they actually adding? Are they adding anything significant and positive? Or a lot of the times it just ends up being like bug fixes or behind the scenes stuff that I don't care about. Oh, there's a new app or there's this or that, a new functionality that really doesn't affect me too much. But, cool. Hope you have fun. And happy birthday again. Nasif did 100-bit cheers. It's the guy. I'm watching his Twitch. Well, Nasif, you are the top cheerer for today. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. All right. Get you up there. Very nice. Alright, and what happened? Wait a minute. I typed the whole thing, and it only, I don't know what's going on with this keyboard. It did this last night, too. Oh, God, I hope this keyboard works today. Alright, anyway, thank you, Nasif, for the cheer. Okay, it worked that time. Hardy Buck brought up something absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even kidding you. So, just to give you guys some frame of reference here. Alright. When I started on YouTube in 2008 into 2009, alright, Street Fighter 4 was a new game. So this was 9 years ago. There was a short period of time when I used to make joysticks. What I would do is, myself, along with my friends at the time, John Rambo and Howard, would order joysticks off the internet, like generic joysticks, and we would mod them. We would put in custom buttons, custom joysticks that are better quality than the stock parts that would come with the stick, and we would also put artwork and stuff on the sticks. We would repair certain joysticks. Like, this was a thing we had for about a year. It was a hobby we did at the very height of Street Fighter 4's popularity when it first released. Then after that, I just basically stopped caring and didn't really do it anymore. It ended up being a lot of trouble and putting the sticks up on, say, eBay and trying to get people to bid on them and everywhere. It just became more of a hassle than anything else. And I never did anything else with it, okay? Hardybuck is trying to ask me about a specific Street Fighter stick that... This is so... Just listen to this. You gave Howard a broken Street Fighter stick as a gift. He paid money to get it fixed for himself, and then you wanted it back. What? Huh? I don't know what the holy hell you're talking about. I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. None. I have zero recollection of any of that happening. You're talking about 9 years ago. I mean, what on earth? No, I cannot confirm that because I have no recollection of any of that whatsoever. Zero. Okay? Zero. So, there you go. What a ridiculous thing to ask with a cheer. So you see, guys, you want to see, here's the do's and don'ts of trying to get a shout out or a cheer during my stream. Do have a fun, positive message. Do throw in a funny commentary or a joke or something. Don't bring up something you heard on a detractor stream that references something that probably happened 9 years ago and has no frame of reference to anything in the modern era. What the hell are you talking about? That was ridiculous. I have no idea what you're talking about. None. Oh my god. Alright, let's continue. The Honest Troll cheered, and he says, does Madden have PvP? Because if it does, it would be fun. Of course it does. Dude, Madden is based on competitive play. Like, it has a whole giant competitive circuit. They've got tournaments. They've got, world championships. They've got all kinds of shit going on with it. I don't really care about Madden. So, I'm not ever going to get to the point where I want to, play competitively and do that shit. Certainly not. At least with fighting games, I like to try to at least learn the basics and then do some online play. Madden, I really just don't care about. I mean, just being very honest with you guys, I just don't care about this game. It was fun to play the long shot mode and dick around. Today, I'll dick around a little bit with the franchise mode, but I really don't care about it. It's probably one of the least caring things that I do in gaming, a random sports game like this. So, no, I'm probably not going to learn the game on a competitive level and try to jump into PvP and stuff like that. I mean, maybe I'll play a game or two online just for the hell of it, and I'm going to get destroyed, I don't know what I'm doing. I barely understand the basics of the game. How am I going to play it against another human? It's just, a waste of time. Well, I received a $50 tip. However, the subject matter of the $50 tip is negative. And it brings up stuff that has nothing to do with the stream. And I'm not going to address it. So I appreciate the $50 tip to the person who tipped it. But understand that, that's not stuff that I talk about on my streams. As I said, I'm not going to bring up negative content and stuff. I'm just not, okay? So, I thank you for the support, but I'm not going to address it. It's my choice to do that. So, there you go. Let's move on positively. Shout out to Asmon Gold, who is gifted a sub by Crazy Dream. So, congratulations, Asmon Gold, on the sub, and thank you, Crazy Dream, for the support. There you go. Okay. 007 Blaine has resubbed for the 21st month in a row. Thank you very much, 007 Blaine. I appreciate that. Blaine, I always give him credit for this. Blaine was the person who suggested I play Persona. And wow, has that turned into a ton of fun content. Persona 3, 4, and 5, playthroughs. Persona 5 actually now standing being the longest playthrough I've ever done. And I mean, let's be honest here. What's going to beat that? Right? What's going to beat that? I don't know. What game that I ever play is going to end up being longer than Persona 5? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever play a game longer than Persona 5. I mean, that was, 127 hours or something like that? So, pretty awesome, man. Shout out to Blaine. Think Bloodborne tipped me $1 and says, Phil, I hope everything is good and life is treating you well. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much for the support, and thank you for that nice sentiment. Think Bloodborne. The Lollipop Charity says, I sound angry and tired. Well, I'm not. I'm not angry or tired, actually, so I don't know what you mean. Then he cheered again, and he's saying he's a little worried about the fall, because when I played God of War earlier this year, it didn't really bring attendance into the streams, and he's worried that maybe the fall won't be great. That is completely unjustified and unfounded, Lollipop. In the fall, undoubtedly, here's what happens. And here's the difference, by the way, I should bring this up, between now and, between the fall and April. Back in April, if you guys remember, we had a gaming drought. We hadn't had any major releases since January. I'm sorry, but most of the games that came out between January and April of 2018 were duds, or just not huge, giant games that anyone really, cared too much about. We were all clamoring and craving a big release. And finally, when God of War came out, it had so much positive press. Every game media was kissing the game's butt with their early access copies. And so everyone was foaming at the bit to get their hands on this game and play it for themselves. People were trying to avoid spoilers as much as they could on the internet. And so, when I played God of War, it was a unique situation because guess what? Most people were playing the game for themselves and didn't want to be spoiled. So the streams ended up being pretty slow, which is very abnormal. Typically when I play a new release, it's very, very busy, but it ended up being very slow, okay? However, on the flip side of this, my YouTube was doing really well because what happened was people were playing the game for themselves, and then as they got through the games, then they would jump on and watch the playthrough on demand on DSPGaming on YouTube. So even though the streams were slow, things actually were really good on YouTube at that time period, okay? Now, during this fall, undoubtedly, yes, there will be big high-profile games that people are going to be playing and not want to be spoiled on. However, here's the difference between the fall and April. As I said, in April, we had 3+ months, a gaming drought, nothing going on, and everyone ran out and bought God of War. In fact, it was so let me put it this way. It was so big of a deal that there were people who only had Xbox Ones and they ran out and bought PlayStation 4s just to play God of War. It was that big of an impactful game in 2018. In the fall, what happens is there's so many games that come out in a short period of time that there's no way everyone can buy them all. I'll just give you some perspective here. You guys ready? So just in the month of September, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6, if not 7 games that I'll be playing. In the month of October, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably around 9. And then in November, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 in November. All right. So you're talking anywhere from $300 to $500 a month in order to stay on top of all of the new game releases that are coming out. Most people can't do that. You know, they can't afford that. It's not their job like me. And so they have to pick and choose what game they actually want to play. And then what they're going to do is for the games they can't afford or they just chose not to play, they're going to come out and watch someone else play it. They're going to come watch the streams, right? Or on the flip side of that, if there is a game, like, so for example, people are really hyped for, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption. Well, I don't want to watch Phil play Red Dead Redemption on stream, but I'm going to watch him on YouTube after I play it, just like they did with God of War. So basically, it's a win-win for me. Since I do live streaming when a game is new, but at the same time, the videos are there on demand for people to watch at their own leisure, it pays off because I end up getting the viewership either way. You see what I mean? So don't worry that, oh no, things were slow, you know, during the time when God of War was out. Does this mean that every single major game Phil plays will be slow? Absolutely not. In fact, already, you know, there've been I've seen a big increase in viewership here on stream for big new releases, you know, this year that were not God of War. So you don't have to worry. I mean, just think about how stuff went for games like Detroit and stuff. You know, it was pretty hype. So don't worry too much about it. It's gonna be fine. All right. Well, the real soy boy cheered and says, "What are you drinking?" I am drinking Mountain Dew Kickstart Ultra, which is regular, it's supposed to be Mountain Dew flavor, but this one is actually made with coconut water, and it's a very, very low-carb drink. 5 calories in the entire drink, but it's got a lot of vitamins in it, and of course it has caffeine in it. So that is what I'm drinking right now. There you go. Okay. Shout out to Eternal Napalm, who did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, I think you'd enjoy Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It's the Dark Souls of Metroid games and the dark, hard middle chapter of the Prime trilogy. So it's kind of like the Empire Strikes Back of the Prime trilogy. I get it. I mean, I'm not saying I would never play it. I certainly am interested. You know, Metroid Prime, the original one that I played, I actually did like. Although, I'll be honest, you know, Metroid games are very long and drawn out and have a lot of backtracking. And I think that's why the Metroid Prime playthrough that I originally did wasn't super popular. It wasn't. I mean, admittedly, it was a downtime thing I did a few years ago during the summer, and I enjoyed it, but it didn't necessarily pick up and get a lot of attention. Hey, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The Patron's Choice events are the best time for this kind of deal. If you want to see me play Metroid Prime Echoes, right, you know, get in on one of these Patron's Choice events. Right now, patrons from last month, the month of July, are nominating on games for the next Patron's Choice. And within a week or two here, they're going to start voting. So, you know, there you go. I keep telling you guys what a great advantage it is to be a patron and to have the power to nominate and vote on games for these events. And this is just one of these clear-cut examples of how it really benefits, okay? Okay, so Eternal Napalm cheered again. He says, did you see any of the Doom Eternal gameplay? The meat hook looks awesome. Did I see the whole, like, trailer? No. What I've seen is people on social media going crazy for the game and kind of discussing certain aspects of the trailers and stuff. I see that there's now area damage. Like, if you keep attacking the arm or the chest of a demon, right, you could do more damage. It has, like, weak points and stuff. That's kind of cool. That's something that Doom has never had. So they're actually making it a more interesting, more refined engine. And I actually like that a lot. So, and of course the weapons. I saw the sword. He pulls out the sword. It's like a demon sword or some shit. That looks pretty cool. You know, having cool melee weapons and stuff. I mean, this is awesome, and here's why. You know, Doom had its original 2 games back in the 90s. And a few expansions and things. And then after that, we had Doom, the reboot, if you guys remember. It rebooted in the 2000s. But it was pretty much very, very close to the original formula of Doom, except it just was basically a survival horror game with Doom integrated into it. But this new Doom 2 years ago was cool because it modernized the franchise. And now what they're doing, they're saying, well, since now Doom is popular again. Let's keep adding new stuff to it. Let's make it a game that's good for fans of the old series, but also good for newcomers. And I like that. Add new weapons, add new abilities, add new gameplay mechanics, make it a variety and make it fun. I'm totally on board with that. I am. I'm totally on board with that 100%. So there you go. Let's see here. All right, so I got another $1 tip from the person who had tipped the $50, and basically they're apologizing and they're saying they weren't trying to be negative or anything, and you know, I guess they understand why, you know, I can't address it. Thank you for the support. I'm certainly not, you know, I'm not trying to be negative or nothing here. You know, your support is very much appreciated, but I'm just not going to bring up negative stuff on the stream. So, all right, NHL Beast Mode did 155-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for today's stream. So let's get NHL up on the leaderboard first of all. Uh, 155 bits, very nice. And NHL says the following. He says, I'm excited for Madden today. Also, my 21st birthday will be on the 27th, and I'm excited for that too. Hoo boy, 21st birthday. Well, first of all, NHL Beast Mode, I'm assuming you live in the United States since your name is NHL, National Hockey League, which is in the United States, and which means 21 years old to be able to drink. Have fun, and, you know, drink in moderation. Don't kill yourself. You have your whole life ahead of you to drink. Some people go out on their 21st birthday and get so disgustingly sloshed they end up in the hospital. You know, have fun, but don't overdo it. And, you know, welcome to the world of adult life. It's fun for a few years, and then the harsh realities come crippling down. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For me, when I was younger, like before I was 21 years old, my problem was I had too much free time and no money to do anything. Like, I wanted to do a lot of stuff, and I couldn't do it because I didn't have the money to do it. Then later on in life, when you have the money to do stuff, you realize you don't have the time. So it's kind of like, you know, it's the trade-off. That's the conundrum of adult life, I guess. But, hey, happy early birthday, and thank you for the support, NHL. I appreciate that. Okay. Third Eye the Third cheered. He says, what about playing major releases a week or two later? So you get more viewers on stream when people can interact with you, cheer, sub, and tip. You'd make more money that way and relying on YouTube views. Well, here's the thing. Third Eye the Third. Sometimes I don't play new releases at launch. It's very true. You know, so I pick and choose what games I want to play, and sometimes I will not play a game right away at launch. I'll play it later. It's not often that happens, but it has happened. Okay. However, undoubtedly, playing a game at launch usually brings in added viewership, added interest. It piques someone's interest when you see someone playing a game on its release day. You want to get that honest opinion, honest feedback on what someone thinks about a game on the day that it's actually released, okay? If I wait 2 weeks to play a new release, people might not care anymore. Or, you know, there are people, and this has always been something that's been a case since I've been a content creator on the internet. I understand that there are people who want to see something right away. They don't want to wait around. You know, they want to see it now because it's out now. And so, if I don't jump on that game when it releases, they're going to go watch someone else play it. You know, I'm not stupid. I understand that there's tons of competition out there, right? And I appreciate anyone who does come by and checks out my stuff, you know, and you choose me as the guy that you want to go to come have fun with, right? Rather than watch someone else play a game. That's pretty awesome that I got people who come by and hang out with me on a daily basis, and this is our chill spot, and, you know, even though there's many other places you could go that are bigger and have way more viewers in attendance and way more hype and popularity behind them, you choose to come chill with me, and I appreciate that, you know. But yeah, like, in general, really the reason that I play games on release day is because I want to play them on release day because I'm hyped for them too, just like you guys. One of the big perks of doing this for a living is being able to experience new game releases constantly on release day, right? I like that, you know, the new game coming out, I want to see for myself, is the game any good, right? So that's why I do it. Now, you're right, there are maybe some cases I do, like God of War. Maybe if I waited a week or two before I started streaming God of War, I would have got more people in here watching it. But at the same time, I would have been missing out and waiting 2-3 weeks to play the game myself, which is bullshit. I want to play it because it's good, right? So there you go. It's kind of the trade-off, the ultimate trade-off. And by the way, I should mention this. I do feel God of War was the exception to the rule. Like I said, it was the perfect storm where there hadn't been any new games for 3 months. The game has had its butt critically kissed by every single critic who had played the game early. and people were chomping at the bit for a new game, so everyone literally was playing this game at the same time. That typically doesn't happen during the hardcore gaming season when there's so many games out and there's no way anyone can afford all of them. So, like I said earlier, I'm not too worried about it, okay? Worthless Specimen says, am I still going to fight LTG in Street Fighter 3? No. If you want the explanation on that, you got to go check out his video. He made a video on it, explaining basically that years ago he had accepted kind of a challenge from another professional Street Fighter player. Certainly not like me. I'm not a pro. But he accepted a pro guy's challenge, and apparently it ended up very bad for him and basically got him a lot of hate and negativity. He didn't want to get into that situation again. And he was like, you know, if I'm going to get into that situation, let it be for money. Let's have a special event where we get paid to do it. And I was like, well, I certainly don't have any money. It's not like I can say, oh, we're going to do a money match and put money up and stuff like that. It ain't like that. So you know, I respect his decision. I respect his opinion. And it makes sense to me. So, no, it ain't going to happen, apparently. All right? The Real Soy Boy cheered again. He says, have you played Monster Hunter World? It's incredibly good. My answer there is no, I have not. I have not, you know. I was going to play the game back in January. It was actually on my calendar to play it. And then I played the beta, and everyone told me it sucked. They said, this is boring, we don't like it. And I was like, wow, I'm actually surprised people didn't like the beta. So let me put it this way. I played the beta. I had scheduled it to be a 4-hour stream. I played it for 2.5 hours, and people told me they were so bored that I should play another game. And I was like, wow, well, if you guys are bored of the beta within 2.5 hours, I'm pretty sure spending $60 for the final release is not going to be too fruitful, okay? So, the deal is, I'm not saying the game is bad. I'm just saying that for my viewing audience, and also for me, it's probably just not going to work as a playthrough. You know, a game where all you really do is run and endlessly grind against giant monsters, meh. You know, like, there's not a lot of content there. And for months after its release, I asked people, what am I missing out on? And most people just said, well, nothing. Really, honestly, the game is just running around and killing giant monsters. So if you like that, it's great. And if not, you know, you're not going to enjoy it. And in general, most people seem to have enjoyed it as a full co-op game that they played with their friends. So I was like, meh, all right. And I skipped it, right? So there you go. Last Rambo cheered. He says, you were right about the power of a patron. That's why I'm nominating Metroid Prime 2 and 3 because Part 4 is in development. Oh, really? See, I didn't hear that officially Part 4 was in development. I knew that there were rumblings that maybe that Nintendo would be working on it, but I had no idea that they were actually working. That's interesting. Yeah, so Last Rambo, there you go. Last Rambo is saying he's a patron. He is going to officially nominate Metroid Prime 2 and 3 as playthroughs for Patron's Choice, which is good. That's a good thing. Let's see. You know, if other people will jump on his nomination, if he'll make it to the voting phase, that'd be pretty cool, I think, right? All right. Okay, so it looks like that is it for shoutouts. Looks like we got through them all. And I would like to say thank you, obviously, everyone, for your support. Reminder, if you cheer, sub, or tip during the stream, I will update the leaderboard and get you up there if you're the top cheerer or top tipper, and I will also give you a shout-out. Okay, let me check sub count. We are still at 534. Even though we did get a few new subs, it means a couple expired, so we're still at 534. Sitting pretty, right? Okay, very nice. Oh, wow. How do I say this guy's name? Sias Weiss? What a name. Sias Weiss just cheered and says, shame you don't check out more indie games on release. Just recently there's Dead Cells, Death's Gambit, and Graveyard Keeper, which are really fun and getting big views on Twitch. I know you do the marathons, but that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, well, here's the thing, Sias Weiss. I'm always open to checking out games. I really am. I'm open to checking out games. Excuse me. That people are telling me they're good. But Phil, play Dead Cells. I heard it's good. Okay, and I hear that for a day, and I never hear about it again. So it would be something if like people stepped up and said, no, Phil, really, you should play this game. It's great. But it doesn't really usually happen for indie games. I think my audience, as I said, my audience is really more open to more bigger AAA games. And even though, there are people who love the indie games, they don't necessarily get a lot of attention when I play them. But I'm okay with checking them out. Like I said, what I like about doing the indie marathons is I usually get exposure to a lot of these games that I've never heard of. And then I was like, wow, I really like that game. I want to go back to it later and do a playthrough of it, right? So there you go. Cody Curls just cheered. He says, is an hour to an hour and a half even enough time to make progress in Scarface? Probably not. But I doubt I'm going to make any progress anyway. If you guys remember where I am in Scarface, it's an endless grind portion of the game where all I'm doing is driving around distributing drugs. And it's incredibly difficult, and the game is poorly designed and poorly optimized and runs like shit. And it's just, I know I'm not going to get anywhere in it. Like, I'm not playing Scarface in the Rageathon this Friday to make progress. I'm just playing it because you guys nominated on it. And probably to just get fucking angry at how bad the game is, you know? That's kind of the bottom line, so. Alright, well. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your oh wait, got another cheer. Hold on. Alucard Ali cheered and says, will we get a green screen redemption run? Well, if you don't know what Alucard is talking about, 2 years ago, I purchased a green screen, and I set it up in my garage, and I filmed some funny stuff in front of it where I dodged around. In fact, when people cheer, and you see that pop-up message for people who cheer 50 bits or more, that's from my green screen. That's when I was doing my green screen setup, and I was just doing silly stuff in the garage. Okay? I guess what Alucard is asking is, will I ever use it again? I mean, I could, but I really don't have much expertise when it comes to that. Like, I mean, like, I really wouldn't be able to do much with it if I set up the green screen and, you know, danced around in front of it. I wouldn't be able to jump into, say, a video editor and do good stuff with it. I would have to rely on kind of you guys to kind of, you know, jump in and try to do stuff with it, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, will I ever use the green screen again? Honestly, yes, I probably will. I probably will eventually use the green screen again. When will I? I don't know, but we'll see. Okay. Science Vise just cheered again. He says, you got my name right. It's based on a character from Breath of Fire 4 and Skies of Arcadia, so I guess you haven't played them. No, I have not. I have not, so I did not recognize your name. But thank you for the cheer. I appreciate that. Okay. Mr. Mother Banger. What a name. Just cheered and says, the emotions various in Naruto. I have no idea what you're talking about. What does that mean? I don't know, but thank you for the cheer. Reggers just did a cheer and says, I think you shut down indie games every time with maybe as a Patreon goal or nobody is asking it, and it discourages people from asking for indie games to begin with. It would be fun to see just on-off streams of these big indie games like Dead Cells that have been making the rounds on Twitch and YouTube. Well, here's the thing. And I said this before. I'm okay with checking these games out, but people have to give them a chance. And it seems to me, when I give these games a chance, no one cares. I'll give you an example. You know, games like Child of Light, Ori and the Blind Forest. Those were games that when they came out, they were very hype. All the gaming media was talking about them. Everyone said you should check it out. And then after playing it 1-2 sessions, people said, this is boring, don't play it. Ori and the Blind Forest, literally within the premiere session, people told me never play this game again. It's boring. And the stream attendees left, and everyone complained, you know. And that's disheartening, because that's a game that, number one, I bought, right? Number two, I was actually enjoying, and people tell me it's boring, don't play it. You know, after asking for it, then said it's boring, don't play it. And that sucks for me, because then it's like, that disheartens me from trying out other indie-style games. You know? It's the same thing with JRPGs, you know? I love JRPGs. I think that it's a very valid genre. It has a place in gaming for sure. And I love JRPGs, but every time I play one, you know, hell, if I can retain viewership, people just say they get bored and they leave, and there's not much I can do about that, you know? I used to get angry about it, and I used to say, it's not fair, and people just have short attention spans, and yeah. I'm not going to get angry about it anymore. You know, I'm a very different person than I used to be back then. But, you know, it's disheartening, and I got to pick and choose what I do that's going to get people excited. It seems to me, I'll give you an example here, all right? This summer, I did a lot of throwback stuff. I played games like Half-Life 2 and The Simpsons Hit and Run that I had never played, right? So I finally had a chance to experience stuff that I had never experienced before. Then I did some throwback playthroughs like Silent Hill 2, right? That seemed to bring people in. And, of course, let's not forget Grand Theft Auto Vice City, right? That got people excited. It got people to the streams. It brought people in, you know? Now, what's to say that if I had played one of those games, these indie games, that it would have gotten any of the attention that those other games got? I don't know. I'm not against giving a game a shot, but it just seems every time I do it with an indie game, it doesn't work out. For me, it's a lot safer, for example, to do a marathon. Oh, we're doing an indie games marathon today, guys. So I get a variety of games, so if people don't like one game, chances are maybe the next game will be interesting. And if there is a game that people like and I like, then I can say, oh, later on, I'll come back to this game and do a playthrough of it. You see what I mean? Rather than, oh, I'm going to buy a game and dedicate streams to it, and now no one cares about it. So, so that being said, I'm not, again, Reggers, I'm not against indie games. I like them. But, you know, I have to figure out what's going to bring people to the streams and what's going to get people excited for the content, you know? And in general, it seems like when I play indie games, it doesn't do it. But that's, like I said, next month, indie game, well, actually, it'll be probably October, the indie games marathon I'm going to do. Great opportunity for me to play a lot of these games that I missed out on during the summer and see if there's something that people like, okay? All right, shout out to, of all people, Nigerian Prince tipped me $2. Yes, and Nigerian Prince says, it is not the bank's fault that I scammed a foolish lad from Wales. Yes, those Nigerian princes are the masters of scamming. Oh, my God. That's pretty funny. Well, thank you for the tip, whoever that was. And Uza Gohar did a 100-bit cheer. And, what? He says, DSP is a hard steamer. I like that. Laughing out loud. A hard steamer. I think we're going to move on now. Thank you, guys, for a very supportive pre-stream. All right. I appreciate that very much. And, let's get started with Madden. 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 All right, thanks, guys. Let's end the pre-stream and let's begin.